wendeth my way. When sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. Hello TKSDA. Well, TK leaders, this is for you. It is about actually almost midnight, and I should be sleeping because I have to wake up at 6:40 tomorrow, but I don't know why. I just felt inspired to share this testimony with you. Actually, it is my nightly devotion, and I was just gonna, like we always do, just email each other on our devotions and whatnot. But I realized something. It's funny because we tend to not read or be disheartened almost, and kind of not want to read things that are long. And I don't know why it is, but even me sometimes when I see something long, especially through email, I either don't want to read it, or I leave it aside for later, or I just glance through and skim through it. And we're sharing our devotions, and it just seems that when we share them, and when the other person just doesn't really read it and take it in as deeply and truly as they should, it loses the purpose. And you know what, I just thought I should try something different, and I just wanted to actually make a small video out of it, instead of just making a slightly long email. I just hope this inspires at least one of you, because it truly did inspire me. Nowadays I'm actually getting really hooked on Audioverse, and God bless for that. I just thank God so much for that website. It's just how there's just so many inspiring sermons out there, and especially now that I want to get more into the Bible, and as a youth leader, knowing the Bible is just so essential, right? Even at work, they say knowing, product knowledge is one of the most key factors in being a successful salesperson. My position at the printing house, right? I am I'm out there prospecting. And as youth leaders, without knowing our Bibles, we can't really be able to share our passions for Christ to others. And if we don't know our Bibles, how can we actually lead others to Christ, right? Having said that, this is more than just a devotion, a nightly devotion that I'm doing. It's actually a small testimony that I want to give. And in regards to testimonies, do you ever feel that when you hear testimonies, it's all about the after effect? It's like, I've been through this, God has led me here, and now I am here. I thank the Lord for this, and and this is where I'm at, and I'm just so thankful. And I'm not disregarding any of those testimonies at all. But have you ever heard a testimony that the person's actually going through it at the time? You're kind of hearing it real time, and it just, you don't really know what's gonna happen. You just have to hear it through faith. Those kind of testimonies. Ever hear that before? If you ask me, I've never heard of that one before, and that is why I'm so inspired to do this, because I'm actually going through something right now, and I know God will be guiding me to a certain spot later on, and I don't exactly know where that is, but I know God will lead me every step of the way through prayer. And this testimony is actually part way to that final place. And I guess there's never a final place until Jesus' second coming, right? So this is going to be an ongoing testimony, and I just want to be able to share this right now with you. And my current situation is this. As you know, I've just went to head office. I got promoted to head office, and I'm doing a lot of prospecting calls. And right now I just started out. I probably was there now a month and a half, and my boss, VP of marketing, Mark, his name is Mark, MARC. He's been truly inspiring. He's been very understanding, and he kept telling me that don't be stressed on the final mark, on my quotas that I have to fill. Focus your efforts on the process. And so I've been doing that. I've been trying to improve on my voicemails. I've been trying to improve on my follow-up calls. I've been trying to improve on the expectations of the responses that I'm going to get and how I'm going to respond to those responses, and that's what I've been doing. And then now it came to a time where Mark pretty much, actually it wasn't Mark, it's Victoria, who's actually pretty much the person I'm working with now, but she's kind of like my boss, I guess you could say. And I report to her, and she reports to Mark. And what she has told me is that Mark told her to tell us that now it came to a point where we're gonna really have to start driving results, because I guess his boss is actually hounding him on results. So what she told me was I have to actually reach 20% of all the prospects that I get from other managers, because we usually get a list of prospects that from other managers, and we have to actually try to open as many accounts through those prospect lists. And she told me that we have to get about 20% of the list. So if we get 20 prospects, we have to open about 4 accounts. So if we get 100, we have to open 20 accounts, and so on and so forth. And right now my track record isn't too good. I mean, I just started a month and 2 weeks ago, like I said, and it's not looking too good right now. And all of a sudden this 20% rule kind of thing just popped in, and it kind of got me disheartened. But and when I came home today, I just had to go right to the word, because I was discouraged. And but God has definitely made me feel a lot better. He put the peace in my heart, and although I am still anxious about it, I know that God will show me every step of the way. And I just pray to God that what, I want God to make me successful as he has made Joseph successful, in the sense that I want to be successful through God and through his will, and not just successful through my own efforts. There are a lot of successful people out there through their own ambitions, own efforts, own strengths, but I want to be successful through God's will, and so that through me depending on him, because I want to acknowledge that I am absolutely nothing, and that Christ in me is everything. And so that when I am successful, I want others to see that, wow, there's something different about this guy. Not because, he is amazing, but because something else about him. And I want that something else to be Christ, and I want them to see the Christ in me. And so, I've been listening to all, the sermons on audio verses and whatnot, and I came to a very interesting verse. I promise it won't be much longer.